Okay.
Okay, to create a export CSV export view for the Waldorf forms, we need to create a view for that. I've created a view for the religious order. This is the view, and now I'm going to create a view for the social services form, and I'll go to the views and add new. Add new view options. You have to display all the results here and name it the view name. Like I'm going for social services form. So social services export CSV file view. I'm naming it as. In the next step, we have to select the post type for what we are creating the export CSV file view. We are doing this for the social service applications. I'm going to select social service applications. We have the filters here. So I'm going to apply the filters and I'm limiting it to one. So only one form I can say it at a time. And the secondary filters are this filter is applied so that a user can see only the form submitted by themselves. They cannot view the other forms from the other users.
Okay.
Post author, you have to select the post author here. Post author is same as a logged in user, the first option what you already selected. So save it as the filter here. And then in the next step we have a loop wizard section. So simply clicking on this, click on the unformatted option and click on the next. You can add this field later on. So just add a post name field here in the loop for now. That should be fine. Post title and finish it off. Okay, now we have an loop here, the template, and the fields what we are going to display in the front end need to be placed here. So you need to get all your fields into a document what I have did earlier. This is the question name in the forms. These are the fields what I have listed here. All you need to copy in your Sublime Text or Dreamweaver with the question name and the field slug. Only field slug that should be here, nothing more than that. You can take this from the create or edit form. You get all the fields and have it in your Sublime Text and copy all these fields from here and paste it into the loop item here. The reason we are giving it is in TR and TDs is we need an export file, so there would be a table view. So we would be applying a table here Like I'm taking a div and giving it an ID as social services export, and I'm closing this div outside the loop, and I'm taking a table tag here itself and closing the table tag outside the div, outside the loop, and giving a class for the table so the table can be responsive and bordered. After you does this, we have a JavaScript code that need to apply to this. So I have that in your local. This is the code what we need to copy. This is a JavaScript function using which we can add the export functionality to this page. Like we are using the ID as social services export, the div ID. The same div ID you have to copy and paste it here. Next to that, the table what we have in here. The table. On the next step, you need to add a button so that when user click on this, he can download the file. You can add an anchor tag. Export file and give it a class social services export button. Copy the same class and paste it in here. Like clicking on this button, on click button, export table to CSV applies to this div, the ID we have taken in the above, and this is the file name what you want to give. Like I've used for the religious, so it is religious here. You can change it to the social services app form. Services app form. And to beautify it, we need to have some CSS, like text align should be left further to the TDs. By default, we have centered here, so I'm keeping it as left. And after you're adding the CSS and the JavaScript here, check all the fields you have added. And check the loop. This should be outside the loop. This is the loop. And you have table outside the loop. You have the div. The ID you're using is outside the loop. So we are good with this. Now you can save the view. The next step is to create a page so that we can display this view into the page. Adding a new page. Social services CSV export. I'm naming the page name as social services CSV export, and You need to import the views here. The views just you created, go to your post view. This social services export CSV file view. We are good with this, nothing to sort here. Nothing. And do not use any content template for this layout. Simply can click on the stop using this template layout. And update the page. If you have entries in your social services form, that should be displaying in your. So we have some entries, so those are displayed here. And these are the questions and these are the values that we have in the forms, the fields. This is the export button. We need to style this export button so it looks some beautified. I've already applied style to the religious view. I'm copying the same style here. Saving the view, refreshing the page. We have a good view now for the button. As this looks pretty low, so let's add some space. Like we use white space. To get some good spacing on the above the table and the below of it. Okay, now we have some space here, and we also got the space above the footer. We have a button export file. When you click on the export file, you get downloaded a form, that is CSV file. You can open this file and view. Yeah, this is how we can create an CSV export for all the forms.
Okay. Thanks, Pawan.